Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to Space Exploration. In this episode, we're hopefully going to be finishing our bioscience. I did look into a couple things in between the last two episodes. I haven't done a lot of actual work in the game. I did launch a couple of rockets. Things have been automated. But I was kind of looking into potentially using core mining to make modules. Someone on the Discord had said something to that effect, and I was just seeing how close the ratios were in terms of what core mining produces versus what we actually need to make module 3s. And it turns out the ratios are not great. Here you can see core mining with full productivity, and if we change the number to match the amount of copper we need for 100 module 3s, times 19,756, then this is what we get. So we end up with way too much iron and way too much stone, way too much coal, and about half as much crude oil as what we need. So I'm curious, if we use the extra 6,000 coal, we'll just do a little experiment here. Let's see. And what exactly... Oh yeah, so we only want to use about 75% of the coal. And that produces a heck of a lot of heavy oil, which actually might be enough. If we're just looking at, go to light oil, and then light oil to petroleum, and let's just assume crude oil. We do the advanced oil processing recipe like so. Why is my input a bunch of heavy oil? Maybe we need to do it that way. Let's see. Okay, that seems correct. That's using... Yeah, I think that's correct. Why is the input 50,000 heavy oil, though? Oh, this one right here is... Oh, it's using... I don't actually know what this one's doing. I'm not getting 74,000 water from anywhere. And where's it getting 98,000 heavy oil? We don't even have that much. Period. It should really only be using whatever this is minus this, because this is the output, that's the input. I have no idea where it's getting this number. That seems better. I guess I had to hit ignore water. Oh, it's this. It's all this water. It's trying to use up the water. I see. Okay, so that looks correct. So we actually end up outputting about 52,000 petroleum, which I think, yeah, is more than enough. So the oil's about right. The copper would be right. We'd have a ton of extra iron, bunch of extra stone. We could just turn that into landfill. I would end up with some extra vulcanite, and then I'd end up with extra uranium ore, which unfortunately, there's really nothing you can do with uranium ore, which is a bit frustrating. You can send it in delivery cannons somewhere, or you can process it. So I guess we would process it into uranium and just put that into chests, because there's really no way to get rid of this either, apart from processing 238 into 235. And then once you have a bunch of 235, I guess you can make nuclear fuel out of it, or just make atomic, I don't know. So it's a little bothersome that there's no vanilla way to get rid of some of these resources. Same with, I don't know, I wish you could scrap more things. But that's not the point of this episode, but that is something we might be doing at some point, because I was looking into automating module 4s and 5s, now that we almost have all the resources we need for module 5s. So I did set a request up here to bring, I think it was 300 of each, module 3, up to space, which will be enough for 100 module 4s, which is then enough for 33 module 5s. So we'll slowly build those up over time. But for now, we are going to finish our bioscience chain, which we put together in our Helmod line here. And I think I have all the buildings we need. And I think we have all the resources we need, except for the bioscrubbers, which we'll make back on the planet. And so these two I can ignore. I'm already making cosmic water. I'm already making chemical gel. I'm already making nutrient gel. So I do want to potentially barrel... Let's see, where do I need chemical gel? I need it in biochemical data. I need it in biochemical resistance data. So there's only 2 places. So maybe we'll put the 2 things that need chemical gel right next to each other. Of course, the beacons are overlapping there. So this needs to be completely out of range. Maybe I placed this beacon poorly. Maybe we'll do that. Have a little bit more space between them. Let's see. I don't think you can barrel plasma streams. So that one we'll have to be more careful about. Plasma. Yeah, there's no plasma stream barrel. But we can barrel chemical gel, so I think I'm going to do that here. I want to double check that I'm not also barreling chemical gel up here somewhere. It looks like that feeds directly in. We are barreling it. Okay. So maybe I just use that, actually. How much do I need per second? 4 per second. Yeah, I don't want to strain... Is anything using chemical gel barrels? That's a problem. What's even using chemical gel? I don't think it's anything over here. Am I... Okay, we're making it for this plasma stream. So we'll just leave that the way it is. I think, how much do I need for the material science, or energy science? We also needed about 4 per second. So... I think we'll just barrel it here, and we'll be okay with whatever result happens. I also just realized I messed up this belt and never fixed it. Okay. I'm just going to cancel the barreling over here. Okay, so we will actually just cut that and run on over to right here. Plop that right there. And that should do it. Okay. And then we'll want to barrel the nutrient gel as well. That's just a lot easier than piping this all around the base. I mean, how much do I really need? Do I need 500? We'll just go to 5 stacks. If that's not enough, we can fix it later. Okay, so we've got that all set up. Our biosludge is fully filled up. And then we need... And this again is what we need. Okay. So we're making chemical gel. We need plasma, but that's only needed in... Okay, we're also making our genetic data, and we're making our nutrient vats, biocultures. Okay, we're making all that already. So really, I just need these 3, I think. And then I'll skip to making Bioscience 1, and then once we have that going, we can make Bioscience 2 with bioscrubbers, which we'll need to make on the planet. So for now, we just need plasma stream in 2 places. Biocombustion data. Looks like there's 2 tiers of biocombustion is kind of how that works. So we'll make the plasma stream right here. Seems like a reasonable place. We will dump our chemical gel. Empty chemical gel barrel. We'll request some. Actively provide. And then we need a request stone, which I'm just going to use this same requester. Stone ore. 100 should be more than enough. That'll make our plasma stream. This guy we do want efficiency in. These are very expensive in terms of power. Everything else is a lot cheaper. Well, I take that back. Growth facility, 54.6 megawatts? That's intense. I might switch one of these out. I did need the speed to be fairly high on this, but I guess that's only while it's running. And it runs at 25 times the normal speed, so that should be okay. All right, we've got our plasma stream, which needs to go into this thermodynamics facility, which I don't have. Must have forgotten to make those. I think I made everything else. Did I make the wrong kind of facility? I did. I made 2 laser facilities. They look very similar. That's unfortunate. I mean, they look almost exactly the same. The color's even very similar. That's a laser. Where's thermodynamics? Can't even find it. Oh, it's up here. It's with the furnaces. Okay. Well, in that case, we need 2 of these. We need heat shielding, storage tanks, and chemical plants. Looks like we need 1 more chemical plant. And that will do it with some more heat shielding. There we go. Okay. Well, now that we've got this facility, we can... Okay, I've made a mistake, clearly. Okay, so... This is made in a thermodynamics facility. Thought I had researched everything. Ah, I did not. I thought for sure I had done those. Clearly not. Okay. So then the plasma will go in. And then we need blank data cards and biomass. And I just need to figure out a good way to do this that I can copy paste easily. Cannot connect a wire. Oh, right, I'm connecting that. So this, I will say, is less than 50, but I'll leave it blank. Or maybe I'll even have it in the right category, because I'll have to change that every time. And then this needs to be a filter, which I should probably have on junk data card to start with, because I make junk data cards in a lot of things. And then if I need to add, let's add in scrap. contaminated scrap. And we will add in blank data cards. And that covers almost everything that we have as an excess output. And then we'll change this to a stack size of 2 so it doesn't overdo it. And then I will copy that and even put it in my blueprint book. And I, at this point, really need 2 blueprint books. I kind of already had one, but it wasn't as nicely laid out as that one. So we'll go with this new one. And we'll name it the data card science data cards. And I missed. Wow, that really took me a bunch of levels out there. Science data cards. And I actually wow. Okay. I'm clicking the wrong button. I probably should request blank data cards in these. Because I think they always... I think every single science... I mean, you'd think I'd know this by now. Every single science needs blank data cards, right? Well, I guess this one doesn't. So they don't always need blank data cards. Because this uses 2 pre-existing data cards to make force field data. So maybe we'll leave that blank for now. But now I can select biocombustion data. Oh yeah, I can just copy the requests into this in the first place. So that's pretty easy for me to do. And then this is the biocombustion data, which is here. Okay. I lost my Helmod chain. So we've got, and that's the completely wrong one. Bioscience pin. Okay. So we've got biocombustion. The other plasma stream will be another thermodynamics facility, which we'll put here. And we'll hook up this contaminated biomass, which needs to hook up to this guy. Which I'll have coming this way. Let's see. Go up. And over. So we can just move this down. Okay. So now we've got our biosludge going out. I need to move this beacon to be maybe here. There we go. And at least for now, I don't have a need for all this speed. So there's no reason to not save some power. Okay, so now we need the other 2. One needs chemical gel, one needs lubricant. I can just bring that in. Chemical gel here. I actually have... This is not the best way to do this, but it will work. We'll do that with the plasma stream, and then we'll do this with the chemical gel. So that we can bring the chemical gel down to use in this building. Which is, unfortunately, not in a good spot. Don't know if there's a way to fix that. I guess we'll just put it here. And then we need to do our blueprint. Science data cards. Place it right there. And this one is biochemical data. So we'll change this to biochemical, and that should do it. And for biochemical, we are outputting both contaminated biosludge and contaminated cosmic water. Here's the contaminated biosludge chain. And contaminated cosmic water, we don't have in a loop yet. Guess I could just use long pipes, but I'm just so used to underground pipes. But these underground pipes are almost useless. They're so short. Okay, we'll hook that back up into the loop. I thought about barreling these things, but I kind of want it to be a closed loop so that we're always using all the contaminated stuff specifically to make the liquids for this loop first. Okay, that seems to be functioning. Perfect. Okay, now we need biomechanical data, which uses lubricant, also makes biosludge and water. I might as well put that over here. Put that there. Link up these. That can just output there. We need lubricant. We need our science data cards. Put this on the top. This needs to be empty lubricant barrels. Request a few. Right away. And then this needs to be requesting the things that we want. And this needs to be stopping when biomechanical, or only running when biomechanical is less than 50. And we're taking care of... We don't even have extra outputs here, so I can just delete that. Did I check that here? Yeah, I don't have extra outputs here either, so we don't need those two. No reason for them. This one does have junk data cards, so I do need that. Okay, that's 3. And then we need experimental genetic data. Wait, do I actually need experimental yet? Catalog 1. Yeah, it only needs the regular genetic data, which I'm already making here. Yeah, so I actually am good to go with biological catalog 1. So then we're going to need a little thermofluid area, which we'll do down here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we have a supercomputer. And this one will be making catalogs. And we'll have another supercomputer. Still using cold thermofluid, so we'll put these two next to each other. We don't have the recipe for that one yet, but we will. And then we'll have... Those two sciences are using cold. The only one using super cold is the insight generation, which will actually put a hypercooler between, which is what I don't have enough of. I need 2 hypercoolers. So let's make another hypercooler. Hypercooler. Bam. I feel like I could just put some requests here for pipes, 20, tanks, 20, pipes, 40. There we go. Get that a little easier. I have way too many things, as usual. Okay, so the supercooler here. Perfect. It's the spacing I wanted. We'll do that. And that'll be the one that uses supercooled, and then the warm fluid can go back into the warm network like that. And then this guy will make the cold. We'll just use a second beacon. Down there somewhere. I need more scaffolding though, so they're not overloaded. And this will make the cold. And then the warm will be hooked up to this network. Is that right? No, I wanted this to be cold. That's already hooked up to the input. So I definitely need scaffolding. It might be out. I can't remember if I've brought more. I have brought more. Okay, great. So we'll expand out to be equal width as the beacon. It's kind of fun. Guess I could go a little farther on each side, because the buildings can be bigger than the beacon. Okay, so then we've got that loop. This needs to be the warm loop. And then this is the loop for the thermal radiators. We'll take in the warm and output the cool. Efficient cooling. What's the speed on this? 15 per second? I only need 5-ish, and that's not even with the speed module, so we're definitely good on that front. Okay, we'll go right here. Yeah, I can get 50 with just those 3. I don't even need more. I don't even need 3. I could make do with just 1, but we'll kind of future-proof it a little bit by doing this. So then that goes into the cooling. And then, that's right, we need a tank. That works. And then we need to unload into that tank. I guess just into the system. Stack size 1. And we will only insert into the system if thermofluid is less than, we'll say 200. And then we'll put a requester. Oh, that's already a requester. This needs to be empty thermofluid barrel. And active provide away the empty barrels. So that should get our system started. And we're looping into the cold, and then this will create the hypercooled. And now we have catalog 1s. And we'll provide 2 stacks of those. And then we need our cool thermofluid for both types of science manufacturing. These buildings are so huge. All of my planning goes out the window when I realize how big they are. Okay. Hook those 2 up, and then this is the warm, which, if I play this cleverly, we can just attach back in. Maybe this should be more than 100. Maybe we'll go 500. Because Because that's only 2% full, I think. Yeah, because 250 is 1%. So we probably want things to be at least 2% full. Otherwise, these just won't get filled. Okay, we'll increase that request by a few. Now these are good to go. They have the junk data coming out. And we have Vita Melange. Oh, right, they're not the same formula. Or recipe, that is. Okay, so we'll leave this one the way it is. But they do both use cold thermofluid. And we'll pop one of these guys down. I guess right here. And we need more roboports. Put a request down. We've already got junk data card. This just needs to be science. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Bioscience 1, less than 400. And we're missing insight, which will be here, but currently it will need to be elsewhere. I'll put it right here for now. And this will make green insight just for a minute until I can get tier 2 going. And I'll remove that after a little while. And cold fluid, we didn't hook up here. There we go. Sweet. Biological science pack. Okay, so now we can fly over to our science and request Bioscience 1, 50. We do finally have a lot of blank data cards, so that's good. Get rid of a bunch of things I don't need here. Don't need a gun turret. Don't need 5 of those stone tablets. Definitely don't need that many pumps. Don't even know... Did I request these blue inserters? I don't know where those even came from. I probably shouldn't get rid of those red belts here in space because they can't even be used in space, but that's fine. Okay. We're missing a purple inserter. I should craft a few more of those. Okay, it looks like we've got our super cooled thermofluid figured out. And our cold thermofluid will fill up eventually. And these will be running full time until it does. And then every once in a while, this will unbarrel a little bit more. But only when this storage tank gets low. So there we go. So let's check out our research. We're going to need this Vitalic acid and then bioscrubbers. And then we also need Biocatalog 2 and then Bioscience Pack 2. So altogether, that's only 140 Bioscience Pack 1s, but we have an extra 60% productivity, so as you can see, those go by real fast. And altogether, it's more like 80 or 90 science packs. Which looks like we're already a decent amount of the way there. And I guess I should go deal with the bioscrubbers first. So we'll fly back to the planet. Get rid of the things I don't need first. Okay, all gone, and we'll fly back. Drop off cargo rocket sections. Oh look, he arrived just as this rocket's launching. It's kind of fun. Alright. So now we need bioscrubbers, which I want to make maybe right here, since we can. Bioscrubber. That's not what they're called. It is what they're called. Oh, they're made in chemical plants. That's right. Chemical plant. Okay. Butylic acid. Right. Which is made from butamelange extract, sulfuric acid, and glass. Okay. Which is in the assemblers, so I needed both. I'm not totally crazy. So we need this, and then 2 of the chemical plants. And I think that's more than enough for what we need. Let's take a look. So bioscrubber, we need 0.14. So we need 1 per science pack, essentially. And this can provide, without even having any speed bonuses, 1 per second. So yeah, that's more than enough. And we'll want to bring in some sulfuric acid. Do I have some? I have some right here. I'm just going to use this. But not with space pipes. No, sir. Okay. Hook that up. There we go. Sulfuric acid, complete. These will insert. We need glass and steel. We'll use a single pickup box. Gosh, I can't think of words when I'm shooting videos. A requester chest. I like pickup box. Okay, we need steel and glass. Other 300 just in case I need more. It's like 1 glass. Yeah, we do need 3 glass to 1 steel. So I got lucky on that ratio. And we'll insert those. We'll put in our productivity. Get. So we'll put it here. So we can delete that one. Put in just tier 3 modules should be good enough. And then we will pick up and place into a provider chest, which these stack to 50, so we'll just let it go for a while. And then we need a request up in orbit for bioscrubbers. Bioscrubber, here we go. So it's 1 per science, so we'll put 500 in space. And I think that should do it. We're making about 3 per second, which is, gosh, 20 times more than what we're planning on producing per second. So, and we can easily double or triple this even with the space we have right here. So I'm fine with where this is situated. Now, do I need vitalic acid in space? Is a different question that I'm glad I just thought of. So let's pin this again. So we've already done all the things we checked off. We even did that. So this one, none of these look like they're used. We do, okay, we do use vitalic acid for biochemical resistance. So we need half as much of the vitalic acid. And we need This is a little unfortunate here. There's a provider chest here, and this will pick up really far away. I guess we can get a little closer here. Like that. And then we'll also fill that up to about there. And these craft twice as fast, so that actually kind of works out nicely. So everybody can run at the same time. And now we need a request. I said 500 bioscrubbers, so Vitalic acid will be 250. But we'll do 300 in case I need it for something else I'm not aware of. Let's take a look. Looks like we can just straight up make biosludge from beetle-mange nuggets and Vitalic acid, but that's... I don't think that's an efficient way to make biosludge. Unit capsule. I wonder if that's kind of like the defender bots, but you can get little defender biters. That's kind of cool. Looks like we'll need it for Naquium later, but that's a long ways away, and whatever Vitalic epoxy is, which looks like we use it for Bioscience 4, so we're not going to need that for a long time yet. Okay. So I'm going to hop in. Looks like we've delivered pretty much everything that we need. We've got Vitalic acid, we've got bioscrubbers, we've got a lot more Vitamelange, extract and spice. So yeah, let's go ahead and launch up to space and finish out Biological Science 2. It's kind of amazing how fast this goes once you've got everything set up. I'm not entirely sure if it's possible, but I think I'm going to try to automate tiers 3 and 4 at the same time, just like I've automated tiers 1 and 2 at the same time. That way, instead of 8 more builds, there's only 4 more builds to do before we can move towards deep space science. And I guess I should look into it. I'm not even sure if deep space science requires you to have all 4 at... Oops, I don't want the concrete. I'm not even sure if it requires you to have all 4 at tier 4 to go to deep space. Let's find out. Deep space. Okay, it does. And you need 2,000 of each of them to even research Deep Space Science 1. So that is a long time in the future. And I think we start unlocking some crazy, antimatter, Naquium accumulators, Arcosphere, whatever the heck that even means. Factory spaceships. So we'll have spaceships before then, I think. When do we get spaceships? Space probe, spaceship. So maybe that'll be the next thing we go towards is Astronomic Science Pack 3 and 4. So let's kind of take a look. For 3, we'll need Catalog 3, which kind of does some similar things. We get 2 more buildings, 2 more types of frames, which just use supercooled thermofluid and gamma ray detectors, which is all things that we have already. And then aeroframe scaffolds, a bunch of stuff we already have. We get a new way to create insight, which is more efficient yet again. At least I assume it's more efficient. I don't want to plug all that into Helmod to find out. We do need 4 Science Pack 2s for us. Oh, never mind. For 6 Science Pack 3s. Okay. It's still not a great ratio, but that'll work. And then moving towards 4th catalog, extended catalog. We still just need supercooled fluid, which we have. Aeroframe bulkhead, which I assume we need for the science. Dark matter, asteroid probe, or dark energy, micro black hole, 0 point energy, and asteroid belt probe data. Okay, so I guess we have to send out these asteroid belt probes even to get asteroid belt probe data back, which is kind of interesting. But then, yeah, we can make astronomic science pack 4s just kind of the same way as we make everything else. And aeroframe bulkheads are just aeroframe scaffolds, beryllium plates, and low density structures. So really we should kind of be able to do the same thing where we plan on automating both at the same time. And then I'm imagining our old builds will be starved because it'll use a lot of Science Pack 1s to make Science Pack 2s, to make Science Pack 3s, to make 4s. So there's a bit of a process there. But now that we've unlocked everything, we should be able to make catalog 2s in there. And this will be our insight generator. And now I should even be able to research, if I can find it, the most harmonious of significant data abilities, where we can combine all 4 insights to make 10 significant data at a time, which will save me a lot of insight in the long run, because originally we needed 36 insight to even make, let's see, where is it? This one? No, this one. 36 insight to just make 4. But now, if you combine everything, it's 36 insight to make 10. So that's 2.5 times more significant data. But I'm a little confused why... Oh, for combining all 4, we need quantum supercomputers. We can't make that in the regular supercomputer. That's kind of interesting. We can do the 3 at a time versions, which I'm already doing, without needing any more types of supercomputer. So I guess it'll be a little bit. We will need energy 3 before we can even think about doing that. So I guess there's no point. I will get there eventually, though. Okay, so let's pull back up my recipe here. So we need a genetics facility making the experimental genetic data. We'll put the other one that needs lubricant right here. So we've got biomechanical and then biomechanical resistance data, which actually needs biomechanical data. Interesting. So we need our space pipes back. Thought of a better idea. Just do that. Okay. And then we have our biosludge coming out the side here. That didn't work. I hate when I have to do that. It looks horrible. Why don't I just do this? And then that's better. Okay. This will come up. And there we go, contaminated water. And then I should probably focus on making the experimental biomass first. Oh, these aren't even in the... Man, I really goofed here. Guess we'll just have to make another one. Right there? Nope. Wow. Okay. Well... Move this up. Okay. That's starting to get bothersome. Okay, how's this? Still overloading those two. And of course I don't have any scaffolding because I gave it all away for no good reason. To the bots, who don't even need it. What are they going to do with scaffolding? Okay. So we'll move this up here. And we'll move this down a square. Or no, it actually... Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Sheesh. That was kind of a pain. So then we've got one making experimental genetic data, and then one making experimental bioculture, which does need biosludge as an input. Huh. Guess if we do this, then we can go over. And we'll just do a requester, provider. We'll go to 2 stacks of this one as well, since it's used in a couple places. Request, provide. And then junk data cards, so we have to do filters. Junk data cards, and what's it called? Oh, there it is. Biocultures. Okay, so we're making the experimental bioculture and experimental genetic data, and now we need to make this, which has biosludge and contaminated cosmic water as an output. And we can just hook that up. Like that, and then like this. Oh, we get biomass from this as well. So that means, where am I making regular biomass? Here. No, that's where I'm making biosludge. Here, this guy. So we only want to insert into this if the logistics network has fewer than, let's say, 120 biomass. And otherwise, yeah, okay. So then we will first use the biomass that comes out of here. And we need our space debarreler, empty nutrient gel barrel, request, active provide. And then we need our experimental cultures. I honestly don't know if I need to be in a provider, but just in case, I will do it this way because it's more likely... Oh, I don't need 100 though. 50 is plenty. Just in case I have some sort of other issue, and then... Oh, I'm being silly. We literally just set that up over here. Okay. So now we're making experimental biomass, and we do want to filter. Active is going to be the regular biomass, and then this will be experimental. And we will set a limit for that. And so this way we'll always use the biomass that comes from this recipe first, because otherwise we could experience some sort of stoppage eventually. And now we can set up the other one, this one, biomechanical. We'll use our little science data cards, set up. Need a lot more of these active providers. And change this to biomechanical resistance data. And then we need biochemical resistance data, which is the one that uses chemical gel, which I didn't leave any room for. Of course. Guess I did. We'll put some pylons that fit in a little better, and we'll put it right here. Why not? This is the biggest mess I've ever seen. And we're doing this one. So we'll put it... Yeah, there we go. See? It's almost like I meant to do it. And then this connects up perfectly there. And the contaminated water doesn't have a place to hook up, so it'll just come down. Perfect. Okay. So we've taken care of most of those things. Those are all solid inputs. We'll put this here. This is biochemical resistance data. Biochemical and biomechanical sound very similar, let's be honest. Yeah, biochemical. And then we're actively providing junk data cards and experimental biomass. Okay. That should do it. And then finally, we need the biocombustion resistance data. I guess they're all resistance. It's resistance, biochemical resistance, biocombustion resistance, biomechanical resistance, and then there's experimental genetic rather than regular genetic. So I wonder if tier 3 is also something about combustion and all sorts of other stuff. Who knows? Well, that's convenient that I didn't even need to rotate that, and that's worked out properly. So then we can just plop our little blueprint here, change this to biocombustion resistance, set our requests, and we create experimental biomass as a byproduct. So we can do that. Here come the bots, and we're going. So then, our tier 2, so we can stop this guy. Tier 2 catalogs are a go. And then this, we can... Oh, I never hooked up the warm fluid here. Let's see. Probably want this, so that doesn't touch. And then we need a requester chest and a provider chest. And then if Insight, I think I've been going to 200 with the other ones. I honestly can't remember. And then we need a filter for active or blank data cards. Okay. There we go. It's run out of tier 1 biological catalogs, because that's run out of... Looks like biomechanical is the sticking point, which is this one. I thought these were plenty fast. I guess not. Earlier when I said point... let's see. Huh. I thought I was using most buildings under... Oh, it was this loop that I was talking about. Everything was under 0.1. That makes more sense. Okay, so I mean, this is the limiting factor. We can only go about 2.5 times as fast as this. So because of that, I will add in 4 speed modules here. Oh, and this is not full speed. Let's make it full speed ahead. This claims that it only takes 58.2 megawatts even with all speed modules, so we'll let that run, and then we will look at our power. You know, that is the downside of using these pylons, is it's harder to find something to click on to see your power network. Looks like we are using a decent amount of our power network, so we will upgrade. I wonder if the upgrade planner, it does work. That's great. Unfortunately, it also wants to upgrade the red ones into the black ones, which I do not have yet. Can you Yeah, you can shift click. So that helps our network a little bit. We're up to 770 megawatts available. Looks like it's good enough for now. And then we need to switch this one to Bioscience Pack 2. Paste our blueprint here. This will be Bioscience 2 is less than 100. No, we'll do 200. And we have everything. So wait for a couple more things to arrive. And then we will have Science Pack 2s. Look at that. That's awesome. Maybe I should make the stack size 4. I guess for the science ones we can make it 10. I might be limiting the speed of some of the other ones by making the stack size so low. We'll find out later when my base grinds to a halt and we go hunting for the bottlenecks. And now we need to request Bioscience 2 right here to 50. And what can we get with Bioscience 2? Let's take a gander. So we unlock bio upgrades for strength. Wow, what are these? Oh, these are like quality of life bonuses. So we can upgrade Constitution, which is health, Dexterity, which is crafting speed, Intelligence, which... Oh, that's actually really good, because that's just faster lab research time. And then Strength, which is inventory slots. Okay, so that's handy. Our mining productivity 7, which we still haven't done 6, but these both cost an insane amount of bioscience. So this one's 7,500 of tier 1, this is 10,000 of tier 2, then we have 12,000 and 15,000. Then it starts costing deep space. Yeah, that's just absurdly expensive. I don't know if we'll ever get that far. And then it looks like these are the quality of life upgrades researches. So honestly, I didn't get a whole lot out of automating Bioscience 2, except I did because Productivity Module 5s take biological catalogs, and Productivity Module 6 takes the tier 2 of catalogs. So now I can automate all the way through Prod Module 6s, along with Speed Module 6 and what are they called? Efficiency Module 6. So I think getting to Module 6s is maybe the next big hurdle. I'm going to get rid of all these little things. Yeah, so I think getting to Module 6s would be pretty sweet. I won't be able to make a ton of them because each Module 6 is so crazy expensive, but in a couple places having some Productivity 6s will be very nice, and then being able to put speed 6s in these space buildings, the crafting speeds are just going to get pretty insane to the point where I might be having more issues with like bot throughput and things like that. Or even just the request limits aren't big enough, so the time it takes for bots to take items to the requester chest, it's already used all of them, so we need to start increasing the requests to bigger numbers, which then means the buffers are a lot bigger. You know how the Factorio game is played. That's how it always goes. But for now, I think we're going to call this an episode. Seems like a good length, and we completed Bioscience 2. Took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I think everything is running. And one really nice thing is that we haven't had any issues with our extra resources from other planets. So I'm sure it's going to break at some point, but it's at least for now been running properly so that we haven't had to manually do rocket launches. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.